don't be alarmed. I only have makeup done on my left eye. This one is just, I didn't have time because I did it right now in 2 minutes. Okay. I had school. School is always fun because I like learning new things, especially when it comes to science. It's always exciting. And then I went out tonight. I went out for just a bit, for 3 hours, I'd say. And I was left mentally exhausted. For me, going out and interacting with human beings, even those who I am acquainted with, is just, it exhausts so much energy out of me. My anxiety levels were through the roof, and I have nothing to offer in conversations. I don't know what to say to people. It's such a strange thing to see people laughing and talking and interacting and exchanging interests, and I don't have that. My interests completely differ from the average Joe. It's 180. Here I am reading about dark matter and occasionally serial killers. Well, not so much these days, but what did I just finish reading? Slaughterhouse-Five. Excellent read. I watch old films such as Sunset Boulevard and HUD and Citizen Kane, and what else did I see? The one with Marlon Brando. It's an old one. I think the Watergate, not the Watergate scandal. I'm thinking of something else. I'm going off track here. I don't know what to talk about with people. They talk about their relationships, and I don't have any. Not only in a romantic aspect, but in a friendly, platonic way. I can't. I don't understand it. I don't know how it works. This sounds senile, but I am my own best friend. And yet, I am my own worst enemy. No one understands me more than I understand myself. And I just, the things that go through my mind are just so obscure. I would give a psychiatrist a field day, quite possibly. I think I have. I've gone through about 4 of them. None of them can help me. My psychiatrist just prescribed me Prozac and Adderall, and it doesn't do well, Adderall works, but I'm always left with migraines, and those aren't fun. And then I stop eating, and then I can't sleep, and it's just, I fall to smithereens. It's not a cute picture. Where was I? Oh yeah. This is why I can't go out with people. This is why I can't have friends. This is why I am a hermit, and why I am at home most of the time. If I'm not at work, or if I'm not at school, if I'm not studying. No, if I'm not at work or school, I'm at home studying all day long, and then I read, and then I watch a couple documentaries, and that's it. I call it a day. And then if I can't sleep, I just drive around aimlessly at 2 a.m. and I just stare at the stars, because that is cathartic. Just looking at its unequivocal beauty, and just when you think about how vast and infinite the universe is. It captivates me, and I just get this rush of euphoria, and nothing compares to it. Well, that's not entirely true. That rush I feel when I look at the stars and that feeling. The only thing that's ever compared is how I felt when I was it was a different time back then, and I felt it. But it was a different time, and we are now in the present, which doesn't, they say the present is a present, it is a gift. Well, if you ask me, that's subjective, because it just seems like a nightmare most of the time. I might just go out for that night drive, though. It's always cathartic. It helps calm me down, especially during these restless nights when I can't go to bed. Yeah. Lately I've been thinking a lot about reincarnation and its principles and its philosophies, and that seems I've been it's an opiate to me to think about these things, knowing that this isn't it. It's not so I'm sorry. It's not so cutthroat. There's so much more out there beyond our knowledge, beyond our intellectual capabilities and all the technology and science. We'll never be able to there's so much more to all of this. Yeah. That's what I think. You know who I think I would get along with? I think I would get along with a fella named Travis Bickle. One of my favorite movies of all time is Taxi Driver. And I've really come to fancy Sir Bickle because I feel like the character and I just are kindred spirits, and I resonated so much with his. We are going to end this. Consider this an attempt to communicate with the outside world. Give me some feedback. Now, keep in mind that I don't have friends. I don't talk. There's no one in my life that I talk to regularly. No one. And 95% of the time, I ignore people and their texts and their inquiries and all that jazz. I don't get it, and I have nothing to say most of the time. So, this is an attempt to communicate with the outside world, the universe. I'm here. Hear me roar. Oh. Hear me roar. Yeah. Well, this is great. This is great. not awkward at all.